I'll move on to the construction update. We have had, that's the rendering of the building. Okay, we have had some significant milestones achieved over this past month and a half, ranging from enclosure of areas of the buildings to flooring going down and final inspections going off. All of those fun finish items Mr. Neds will be going over here in a few minutes. I'm going to cover the enclosure and the slabs that have been placed at the Wildwood and Mayfield projects. Where that doesn't typically seem that significant, what that translates to is reduces the district's exposure to the elements. And that's where a lot of your costs are on changes, whether it's in the subsurface, the soils, and having to cut that out and replace that with something structurally sound or obviously being enclosed and folks can work. And we've achieved that in a number of areas, which I'll show you in the photos. Just as a recap, slab on grade, which is all of your, basically your flooring on the first floor has been placed with the exception of the admin area, which you'll see in the photos. We've poured our slab on deck for the flooring of the second floor. So that means that area is enclosed and that can be worked in. But with that being said, we'll move on to the photos. This is the main entry of the building. This is where the mason has focused their efforts. They're here and on the second floor. You can see in the back what we call Area A high, or the gym, cafetorium, and the mechanical area, which is where our above ceiling mechanical piping and equipment's starting. This area is enclosed and that's where they're working right now. And this is the last slab to be placed. We're standing right in the music and art wing. The interior partition hasn't been laid yet. You're seeing a plumbing stack for waste and vent there. And the roofing is, their decking is starting this week, and they're going to start placement of roofing in that area next week. You'll see from Wildwood, or from Mayfield, they've actually started roofing that area. Inside the kitchen, this picture just illustrates all the intricate detail and the electrical roughing required just for your equipment, your kitchen equipment. This is your serving line right here. Oh, here we go. So we're standing right in the pre-kindergarten classroom. It has that radius wall looking up at the second floor. And this was the last area to receive the joists. This has the low sloping roof area as well. You go back. By allowing the contractor, the electrician in this case, to run their conduit under slab, it allows them to get a lot of their work out of the way. So they're running less above ceiling, which allows other contractors the flexibility to run free, to get all of their work done above ceiling, and all the electrician has to do is pull their wire. This is on the second floor. This is the last area to be enclosed, and this will be the last area, so when we wrap up the building, the last area to be finished. But it's nearing enclosure. You can see the purlins. Next is the insulation and the roofing, so they're very close here in enclosing this area. All right, moving on to Mayfield. These buildings are pretty much neck and neck. They're about even in terms of progress. The only difference here is the area, the admin area, and that media center area is enclosed here. And you'll see that from the first photo. They've already started setting their decking, and I started roofing this week. The steel supports and all of this has been framed in for the existing cupola to be set, which they are restoring right now. So standing inside the media center, looking at the front entry vestibule area. This is inside the admin area. This will be the last area to get the slab poured, similar to Wildwood, same sequencing. Standing in the gym, to the recessed slab. Mason is tearing down their scaffolding. The mechanical contractor has started, and this is actually their duct is running right now above ceiling. Looking back at the gym. And standing on the second floor, it's really hard to tell a difference between those two buildings with the pace that they're moving, but they're about at the same spot in terms of progress. That's it for Mayfield and Wildwood, unless there's any questions. Mr. Chris Nedzel will do the update for Miller Ridge. Yeah.
I'd just like to say something about Chris, because you've seen Chris here and there, but not as much as you will be, because he is the single person in-house, I should say, from Prodsdale and the Quantill Prodsdale team. There's other supporters behind him, but he's the only one that's actually in-house and acting as basically a project manager role. He's done a great job for us, and he has done extremely well in representing our project to the EDT and on occasion here to you, and we're proud to have him as a member of our team. Chris?
Thank you.
Puts pressure on you now, Chris.
Yeah, now I can't mess up. Yeah, you'll be seeing a little bit less of me. I think Kim's coming back next week, so she'll be here maybe doing the updates for Mayfield and Wildwood. Hopefully I can finish out Miller Ridge, and then I'll show you the renovation of Central Academy when we get to do that.
Well, we'll see how he does here. He may just do them all from now on. So we'll let Kim ease back in.
There you go. As Nate said, Miller Ridge had a faster schedule, not faster schedule, but it was finishing earlier than the other two. It started a little bit earlier. So we're set to finish up July 13th. Here's some activities, percentages of how far we are. We've got ceiling grid complete, flooring activities 60% complete. That includes the classroom area is 100% done. In all the classrooms, the VCT is down. They're in the process of doing the porcelain tile in the corridors and the carpet in the music room and in the media center. Painting activities, 70% complete. All that's left is the final coat. We've got casework, just started going in about 2 weeks ago, about 25% complete in the classroom wing. Site concrete, which is the sidewalk, they've got the main sidewalk in the front of the building to finish up. Roofing activities are done. Storefronts are 75% complete. I think there's about 3 left. Walk-in cooler freezer, which is part of the kitchen equipment, that's complete. And they started to put up the marker boards and tack boards. And I've got a picture to show you in there of a classroom. So here's the front of the building. Cleaned up nicely up front, and if we just get that lift out of the way, it'll look pretty good. Get the landscaping and the sidewalk.
And the pothole.
Here's, I get all the pretty pictures. Nate had the nitty-gritty construction. And here's a picture of the gymnasium. They finished the floor, put the striping down and the finishing. Here's the opal partition. It's just got a plastic cover on it that'll come off.
Contractor completed the flooring in under 2 weeks, which is phenomenal. They moved very well, and it turned out very well. They've done a very good job here.
All the lines in the right place, right?
That's right.
All lines are in the right place. Here's a look at the stage area, as they've got their painting complete, got the finish coat to put on, and their ceiling grid and their lights are laid in. They've got the stage curtain still to hang. Here's a look in the cafeteria. As you can see, we still have flooring to put down in this area. And here's the storefront that they have complete. Here's a look in the corridor. They got their VCT down, frames, door frames, and window frames painted. Ceiling grid and lights installed.
Corridors are the last area you put flooring down for obvious reasons. That's a conduit for everyone to get throughout the building. This illustrates that they are completed in the rooms. All that's left are just your outlet covers and your casework.
Here's a look at some of the finished casework. This is actually in the admin area behind the main office. Here's the mailboxes for the teachers. Sink from the plumber getting ready to be installed. And then here's a picture of a typical classroom. As you can see, they got their tack board up and all their outlets ready for the cabling contractor that's there to put his devices on, and casework will be installed over here in the corner for the teacher area. And I think that's all I got. Any questions?